Hello OAS family, it is time for another book review, and today we are going to be reviewing Animal and Bird Paintings by Liu K-uei-ling. And this is, it's basically a book of finished works. It's a soft cover, kind of a soft cover mini album of finished works by the artist. What brought our attention to this book was it's currently, we're coming upon the Lunar New Year, and this year has kind of a strange thing going on because it is 2023. It's the year of the rabbit. So everywhere that the Lunar New Year is celebrated, they are celebrating the year of the rabbit, with the exception of Vietnam. So in Vietnam, apparently they have replaced the rabbit in the lunar calendar with the cat. And so this is one of the few books that we have that features both a cat composition and a rabbit composition. So that's what brought this book to our attention. So before we get into the details of the book, we're going to talk about the general statistics. So the book is 11¼ inches tall by about 8¼ inches wide. It has text and titles in both Chinese and English, and it has approximately 80 pages. So we're going to go ahead and get into the book here. So we have our title pages, and we have some short sort of biographical, philosophical information here in Chinese that is summarized a bit here by this letter that was written on behalf of the author by this professor of humanities at San Francisco State. And it's an interesting piece that talks, it basically details the story about them commissioning a painting of an emperor's horse, and just describes this very dramatic story of the unfolding of this painting and how it basically established horse painting as kind of a legendary genre of painting because of how magnificent this painting ended up being that was commissioned for the emperor's favorite steed. So, and then they sort of talk about that story, and then it goes into the background of the artists and talks a little bit about how rare animal painting is. You know, we talk about Chinese painting, there's a lot of focus on landscapes, a lot of focus on flower and bird subjects, but not as much on animal subjects. So it is nice that this artist, and this book in particular, has quite a few animal subjects. So here's the table of contents, and we're going to get right into it here. And the first section is on birds, and you can see immediately the artist's style is more of a meticulous type of style, where there's more detailed line work, and you can see various multi-levels of shading in all of these paintings. So we have a peacock here on the left, and then a mandarin duck on the right. Classic sort of crane and plum blossom thing painting here, and then this butterfly paired with morning glory in this fan-shaped painting here on the right that spans across the fold of the two pieces of paper. Now we're getting into some animals. We have horse here, a couple of horse compositions featuring horse here on the left. It's like under a willow tree here on the left, and then on the right we have this someone's trying to groom this horse, trying to get it to cross the water, and you can see the horse is resisting. A scene that's quite full of personality. Getting back into birds, we have these parrots and the peach on the left-hand side, and then on the right side we have these orioles. Praying mantis and cicada here on the left, two very classic insect subjects. And on the right, we have the katydids. You can see here how he's choosing to show these imperfect leaves, these sort of insect-affected leaves. And you can see the nice technique and shading and different colorations that are used to create that sense in the leaves. So we have ducks here in this fan-shaped painting over here, and then on the left we have a painting called Bird of Paradise. And then here is a finch painting paired with grapes, finch and grapes, and then chickens on the right-hand side with a sunflower. Some really lovely work featuring bees here on the left. We have bees paired with wisteria. And then on the right-hand side, we have parrots and Japanese maple. And then a finch here on the left, and then white canaries on the right. We have a rooster with a peony in this fan-shaped painting that is crossing the folds here, and then parrots on a banana tree on the right-hand side. You can see these little white birds, almost like cockatoos, and paired with banana tree, these really signature long leaves of the banana tree. On the left we have chickens again with peony, and then on the right hand side we have locust. So dragonflies here on the left, just by themselves, a group of 5 of them. And then on the right hand side we have this grasshopper, a couple grasshoppers. Pair of peacocks here on the left, and then goldfish on the right. This is our first aquatic animal that's featured. On the right, we have these 2 white egrets, and then on the right-hand side is these red-throat birds. So this painting spanning across 2 panels here is a painting called 3 Sheep. And then a couple tigers in this fan-shaped painting. This painting's called Roaring Tigers. On the left-hand side, we have this white eyes pair of birds on an apple tree. And then on the right-hand side, we have bees and grapevine featured. So on the left-hand side, there are swallows and wisteria, and on the right-hand side, we have eagle. A pair of geese in this sort of narrow, tall painting here on the left, and on the right-hand side, we have a pair of myna birds. So back turning our eyes to animal subjects again, we have these Pekingese dogs, a pair of them. And then on the right-hand side, we have this scene entitled Roping a Stallion. So we have this mounted horseman in pursuit of a wild horse, and with the assistance of his loyal dog. On the left-hand side, we have a couple of squirrels featured in the painting, and then on the right-hand side, we have a blow-up, so you can see the detail of the animals, and you can really see the technique that they use for depicting the fur of the tail. So on the left-hand side is a more zoomed out picture of this dog, a pair of dogs in this painting. And then here is the animals in closer detail here on the right. And then on the left-hand side, we have these two spaniels. And on the right-hand side, we have this adorable scene of this curious dog taking a look at this beetle that's crawling by. So on the left here, we have crickets and cabbage. And then this was the painting that we featured in an earlier email because it is the year of the rabbit. So we see this pair of white rabbits featured here in this painting. And then also, because we have this interesting substitution for the Vietnamese version of the lunar calendar, or the lunar horoscope, and then we have this cat, which is for the Vietnamese 2023 is the year of the cat. So this is this cat eyeing a butterfly here. And then on the right hand side is a lynx. So another tiger featured here on the left. And then on the right, a couple squirrels on a pine tree. So a pair of lions here, both a male and female, kind of looking up into the horizon, and then a pair of foxes here on the right. So a couple more sort of younger cats featured with rosebush. So that one's called Cats and Roses. And then we have a couple leopards here on the left, and then some monkeys in a pine tree on the right. We have this pairing of leopard with bamboo here on the left, and then you can see a more detailed zoom in of the leopard here on the right-hand side. And then we have this painting of a goat here on the left, and then on the right we have a horse and colt. So on the left here, we have a pair of donkeys, and in this fan-shaped painting, we have a pair of German shepherds. On the left-hand side, we have a lion, and then here on the right-hand side, we have a detailed version of that same lion, so you can see the details of the furs and the way they do the face and the eyes. On the left-hand side, we have a deer, a stag. And then on the right-hand side, we have a pair of wolves. So that is it. That is Animal and Bird Paintings by Liu K-uei-ling. And we have just a little bit more than a handful of copies remaining here. So if you like this book, make sure you pick up a copy before it sells out. And you can find it on our website at orientalartsupply.com. Make sure you like and subscribe for more content like this. And as always, we wish you happy painting. Happy New Year, everyone.